Good morning everyone. Sorry for that little delay, but welcome to the live stream where we first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. I hope everyone's ready. Today is Thursday. It's the 26th of March and it's 9:17 a.m. So we had another 13 minutes before the market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll wrap up trading usually within 90 minutes, so between 10:30 and 11 a.m. Check the video description below for some FAQs and let's get into it. We got Mike Tyson in the chat room. Everything's going to be okay now. What's up, Proud Dad, Peter, Satoshi, Heiko? Good to have everyone back. Oh, I just realized I'm front and center here. Ay. Sorry about that. Let's quickly go to the SPY, just see what's going on here. It always takes a little bit of buffering. I'm going to move this to a 5-minute chart very quickly. So yeah, we're kind of where we started yesterday. Yesterday we closed right around here at 246.79, and then we're just back at that area. So we should be opening fairly neutral. We tried to dip lower, didn't work. So I wouldn't be surprised if we started off with a little bit of a green movement in the markets. Let's quickly go now. Do cash account, get everything ready. The gappers this morning, I wasn't blown away. So I'm going to make sure we add the gappers from yesterday. Sometimes when there's no clear lead gapper, I'm going to check again. It's a day where the former lead gappers, so the lead gappers from yesterday, are going to be running a little bit harder. Let's see here. Took a look at MFA doing moves this morning. Crazy, right? Well, yeah, Brad, that fair enough. But the market's also down. A lot of stocks are down like 70, 80%. So, even a bounce at this point is no big deal. Like, even the crypto markets, they're bouncing. I think Bitcoin bounced almost 100%. It was like 80 something percent in a few days, which sounds like a big move, but it crashed way more. So I think these are just bounces off the bottom. All right, let's dive into it. Yeah, so like always, I run the scanner this morning. I ran it around 45, and we got about 28 stocks on the scanner. So we got a little bit more activity going on now. I'm going to make sure to have the scanner going for after market opens. I'm not going to move it to another screen. I'm just going to have it here ready to go, see what the big movers are. But usually I don't have to run this again. Usually we'll already have it on our watch list. So I have about those 27, 28 stocks right here. I was just kind of going through the watch list, and as of yesterday, ASTC was the big runner yesterday. This is the trade you guys probably remember that we made right here, just moments before the big move to the upside. This was that 100% rally right here. This could have been a really nice move, but I was not trying to trade this move. I was trying to trade this bounce. So I was pretty happy with my trade, even though technically I missed on a lot of profits. I was looking for a secondary entry here to get in and then have that rally to the upside, or have a potential rally to the upside, right? That's what I was going to be looking for a secondary dip. But we totally missed that one. Let's go back here. Right now, we had a nice little bounce off this kind of 2.9 area. I don't know, $3, give or take. Kind of hard to call that one, I think. But I do have a limit order here at 173, just for in case pre-market if we had a big sell-off, but it never really happened. So I might go ahead and remove that pretty soon here. And let's quickly run through CTSO. Yesterday didn't really do much. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just selling off the rest of the day. I did not look at it yet. Yeah, okay, so this one, I had an alert here for broke 5.5. Did actually have a little crack in the morning right around here. A little bounce, but I don't think we're going to be trading this one, CTSO. We had TTOO, which I looked again. This one did sell off as well. We had this nice little bounce trade on it, a breakout bounce, but it sold off so fast that we took a small loss on this one, even though we could have sold for a 10% profit. So our actual trade was right, but I was so sketched out about this flash crash that I just kind of closed the trade right away afterwards. But yeah, I mean, this was a 5-6% bounce that we could have easily capitalized on. IMAC, this one's kind of selling off into another Neverland, so probably won't be touching this one either. We had a really nice trade here yesterday at 2.58, and we sold right here at 307. So that was a pretty solid 20% win on that one. So yeah, lead gappers from yesterday aren't really super interesting. So let's go ahead, talk about some of these that you guys are talking about and also that I have up here anyway. WSG. On all of these, the floats are kind of big. That's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about. And GPMT is a bit more of a large cap bottom bounce, which isn't really what I'm looking for, but the move it has is just absurd. So I'm going to keep an eye on it because it's trading like a small cap right now. So I'm not going to straight be too cautious if the setup looks good. Let's start with WSG. We still got 7 minutes till the market opens, so we got time. Ran all the way to from 2 to 3, 4, 48. It's a nice 80% pre-market gap. The float on it was a little bit big, and this is kind of what got me off guard a little bit. Where the shares outstanding is 136. The float is much smaller at 23 million, but still, it's a big float. But at least it's not that, you know, over 100 million. So this thing does have some potential in it, I would say, to pull pretty hard. 271 million market cap. That's pretty big though. And I have this on the weekly chart. Forgot to change that. So yeah, this one's been selling off very aggressively. This is a Chinese entertainment company, and their catalyst is actually that they spun off their Ironman group division, the Ironman business, for $730 million. So they were WSG was having some struggles with their financing. So I think this is good for their longevity, I would probably say. Basically keeps them in the game. So right now we're below VWAP, and we've pulled back around 20%. Not really the worst pullback. I could see this thing pulling back a little bit more. I think maybe opening bell, I wouldn't mind getting aggressive on WSG. Everything looks fairly okay. We have a little bit of resistance, I would say around $4, but we have big time support right around 2.5. So I do kind of like the range we're trading in. So 3.5, some resistance again at 4.5 for sure. And then getting closer to 5, a lot of resistance kind of just piling in this area. Go ahead and put alert on here as well. I gotta hurry up a little bit. I noticed since we started late, I could use those extra 2 minutes. So let me quickly go a little faster. As I say, let me go faster. I start going slower. So we have GPMT, and this one, you know, similar situation with the float being a little bit bigger. 53 million float, kind of big, 127 million market cap. So this time the float's a little bit closer, but the float's a little closer to the shares outstanding. But, you know, price action is exactly what we like seeing. I like this pre-market activity. You know, this thing's running up 130%. Really nice. And 50 million float. So it's that U.S. mortgage investment company, and just check out their long-term chart. Just absolutely getting totally whacked here, falling off a cliff. So I think they just found generally big buyers at 174. I think this thing in the short term is a little bit undervalued. And yeah, now we're running all the way back up to $5. 5.5 was the high. So let's see what kind of pullback we get on this one. Clearly $4 is big support and resistance. So maybe we'll get a little pullback to this area. So I'm going to keep an eye on for $4 for sure. Just kind of mark that in here a little bit. But I still haven't found something I would probably want to buy, you know, gap and go. I'm still a little bit cautious on that overall, but. And MFA, I know you guys are hot about it. I think I overlooked it a little bit. Video keeps buffering pretty bad. I see that. Sorry about that. YouTube, unfortunately, unwatchable. Oh man, that is so stressful. Good morning, Keith. There's really not a lot I can do about that bad internet. It's ever since, you know, this crazy home office thing's been taking place. I've noticed the internet lines have been really bad in the live streaming. It usually does end up getting a little bit better into the live stream. So let's hope for the best. I apologize though, guys. I really do. I know it will get better at one point, but there's not like some magic thing I can do about it. It's really stressful. Maybe try lowering the stream quality, but that also is pretty horrible because we need to be able to see these numbers. MFA, definitely a big mover here pre-market. This one was actually a big mover yesterday, had a big bounce up 100%, kind of similar to GPMT. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one as well. So we just got big movers today, honestly, just big stocks making a lot of bottom bounces. MFA. This is a giant company, $500 million, half a billion shares outstanding. Yeah, so, but it is moving really nicely. Just keep in mind that this thing was probably going to be trading a little bit more choppy. Breakouts are going to be a little bit harder to trade. But for now, I'm going to keep a close eye on it. $2 could be a big time support area. So let's see what we do here. Should be an interesting day. I think today is going to be a bit more of a kind of a bounce day, pullback, support zones, so stuff like that is what I'm going to be looking for today. Yeah, so IBIO, I saw it as well, having a nice little bounce there. Might look at that one as well. We got another 20 seconds till the market opens, so good luck everyone. Out of the gates, I'll probably be watching, I don't know, WSG. And then I'm going to really be just thinking, you know, what has the most dollar volume, what has the most interest, and then kind of get aggressive from there. All right, here we go. MFA is really hard to compare the dollar volume on just because it's such a big stock. So kind of have to discount some of that dollar volume on a little bit. Got an alert here on WSG as we approach 5 or dip under 5. We didn't talk about it, but VBLT could be an interesting pick as well today. Had a nice run higher, kind of holding the highs pretty well here. So I'm just going to watch this one as well. Hit that big resistance at 2.5. I usually don't like when such strong resistance is hit and then, you know, sell off the rest of the day. So that's why I didn't really talk about it out of the gates. But figured, you know, be good to discuss just a little bit here quickly. Just still watching the gapper, seeing what has the biggest move. MFA is getting close to breaking 2. A little bit big of an order here. Right on the border of where I would like an ideal entry. So I'm going to go ahead and place one entry here on WSG, have this on the watch list, kind of be ready to go for a potential entry on this one. Very conservative limit order. I might go ahead and even move it up, but for now I'll just leave it there. ASTC, former runner from yesterday. I still have a low limit order on this one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and remove this because it's clearly very far away from the price right now. And I don't know. I'd rather have the cash available to trade as I need it. Nice move, Heiko. WSG pulling back. Still big buyers on it, but look at that selling volume. Really has been picking up here. Nice bounce, MFA at $2. Really, really solid bounce. %, and then is it halted right now? I can't really tell. Slow computer right now. Yep, it did get halted. Solid move, guys, if you were on that one. Solid stuff. That was a serious red to green move. With a company this size, I really think that's extremely surprising. You just don't see that all the time, but whew. Time of dip. So this is going to get unhalted at 38. Keep an eye out for that. WSG still pulling back. GPMT really slow out of the gates. I'm a little bit worried about this one. That it's going to kind of continue selling off here. NLS, second big green day. WSG getting close to breaking 0.6, 2.6. So I'm going to go here to it. Really strong sell-off we're seeing on it so far. All right, we just had our entry. No, we just had an exit actually with TNXP. That was a trade on my IRA account. Woo! I was like, wait a second. Did that flash? What did I miss on that? That was a swing trade closed out in a different one of my accounts. All right, WSG, still watching it. Here we go. Could be breaking lower. I thought we just had an entry on WSG, but it was something else. 57. A lot of selling pressure here. Just had an entry on this one. What an absolute ripper. Got out of this position. That was absolutely insane. No partial execution. Now I got out. We took about we only took about a 2% loss on that trade. That was so insane. I haven't seen a crash like that in quite some time, actually, on a lead gapper, on a morning panic. So that was a huge dip. That was a big, big dip. I do still think there's going to be a big bounce, but sometimes I don't like to hold it when I see unexpected things like that, because before you know it, it can get halted and it can be right back down there. And I don't want to be part of that. That's why I got out of this trade. So I'm pretty happy that we got out. Wow, that was insane. Whew. Was anyone else part of that? That was not fun. let's see what happens with this one. That was a lot of selling volume. Actually, before we entered, I had a quick thought in my head. I was like, this is crashing very fast. I should probably be a little bit careful with that one. And then I had that other trade that got executed. I don't even remember what ticker. I've been waiting to sell that one for a while. And then I wasn't thinking about it, and then boom. That was a really quick move. It's a big reason I don't like to just have a limit order. I like to place it and be a little bit more hands-on with a trade. But you kind of got to juggle what works. And, this time it could have worked, but oh man, that was insane. TTOO, similar experience with TTOO. And I got out right away again. I did not want to be part of it. So right now we would be profitable on this trade, but I'm just going to watch how this one pans out a little bit more. That was really, really sketchy. Watching GPMT a little bit more here. It looks like we might be pulling back on this one as well. Could see some big support around 4. A little bit disappointed with the way WSG performed. I mean, we would have had a great trade. Actually, we would be up 17 cents a share right now. It would be really nice. It did exactly what I wanted it to. Just like TTOO did also exactly what I wanted to, but had these flash crashes I didn't feel comfortable with. So really, really weird situation. Yeah, so WSG did exactly what I wanted. Really nice bounce. I just ended up closing my position. I was kind of shaken out of it. Could have been an easy winner. So easy. I mean, this is, I don't know. This is one of those setups that we've been getting a lot lately, and sometimes I miss them because I don't have, or I'm not watching it when it happens. So this time I placed the limit order, but for some reason that flash crash was so aggressive. I guess I probably could have let it ride out a little bit more, but then I would have had to face the risk of getting halted, and then this all of a sudden being past $2, getting into the dollar territory in just maybe a minute or two, which happens. So I find reducing your risk is always the better option, but yeah, that was a little bit unexpected, I guess. Let's keep watching here what the rest of the market's doing. Up 2% almost across the board on all the major indexes. MFA is very choppy. Nice entry, Shafi. That's a solid entry. The fact that this one was halted kind of blows my mind. You're super right, Boy Claus, because it just, you don't see these large caps get halted like ever. So we're still in a crazy market. We're still seeing stuff we don't usually see, even though the percentage returns aren't that big or small at the moment. Still have another 2 trades I can make today. SPCE ripping. You guys know I love SPCE, but not really part of this account, this challenge account. Yeah, up 8%, pretty nice, back at $17. Had a pretty strong pullback, actually. I think placing a limit order, I should have had one ready to go on MFA. I should have had it right around $2. Knowing me, I probably would have put it under $2 and maybe missed it, but it still would have been a good idea. Maybe I would have gotten an entry, who knows? Just because a large cap that pulls back quickly after a big morning run up with a float that big, Even if it does have a 10% dip or something, it most likely will have a rebound. And this one actually had exactly a 10% dip. So good to watch on that. Really choppy though, kind of all over the place. I'd be scared to buy an MFA on a breakout, but I would probably buy it on any sort of pullback. So I'm going to keep watching that one closely. GPMT, watching this one closely as well. Consolidating, having some issues breaking back above VWAP. Doesn't look super interesting right now. WSG did exactly what I wanted it to. So depressing kind of seeing this. Same with TTOO. You know, those two trades I closed out for a small loss. Both of the trades could have been a 5 to 7% winner easy. That's sometimes a little bit annoying. Let's see, MITT. Didn't really talk about this one pre-market, but it's similar setup to MFA and WSG. %61 moves here, guys. Nice. Nice, the cake. That's a solid move. All right, bros, going back to bed. Good to have you stock in for at least a little bit. So market's definitely finding its ground a little bit, marching on upwards. We kind of predicted that there would be a bit of a green day after the SPY was where it was. Try to retest the lows, didn't work. MFA looking like could be a little bit of a pullback here again. I'm going to place a buy order at 215. Could get a quick little dip here. What I'm waiting for, so let's just watch this one a little bit more. Remove my limit order for now. I think $2 is the big support zone. So I'm just going to keep an eye on for this. See how strong we break. I'd rather watch it than just have the limit order get executed. WSG having some issues right now. I think a lot of people got nervous with that flash crash on it. Same with TTOO. It never recovered from that flash crash. It had a nice bounce. That was about it. A lot of stuff green. A lot of green stocks. GPMT at 5. iMac bouncing from Keith. We also got SIG, could be kind of interesting. Let's see, IBIO, AIM. We're kind of watching all the big players so far. Everything is looking good. Wouldn't say we're really missing anything. toxic. It's just, that was such a, I'm gonna take this off my watch list. Mess. IBIO is having a really aggressive sell-off. This is why I don't like to trade these stocks on the backside of the move. I mean, this really sums it up pretty well, I think. Could be a really good bounce territory under 111. I think I might actually even consider trading it down there. But when it cracks $1, this thing will definitely have a big, big drop at one point. I'll be very careful with that. It's 48, 948 now. Volume's good. Exile, what do I look for on my scanner? Volume's important. Market cap, a little bit. Definitely the dollar volume and price range. I like to see that $2 to $7. Those are some of the big factors I look for. And shares outstanding, which I would rather be looking at the float, but shares outstanding is okay. GPMT, guys, finally pulling up here. Remember, this one has a bit bigger of a float of 50 million, but it has Citigroup, you know, price target announcement, so that's always really good. It just, yeah, 2.5 price target is not very nice either. But still, that puts it on the radar for a lot of people. Kind of breaking out higher here. Man, WSG, that should have been a green trade. Should have, could have, would have been. GPMT had a pretty aggressive pre-market run. Boom! I think it's just about to get halted. I had a feeling that this thing might be breaking past 5.5, and then just happened. Two big green candles here. This looks like it might be halted any moment. Absolutely insane. Pulling back a little bit here. IMAC. Have a limit order on GPMT. Watch out, guys. This one's pulling back into former resistance. Definitely a tough area, but it does look good. Kind of held the bottom here at $2. Really strong. 48% move. I like this 250 breakout. Came out with financial news. That's good. Don't like how it's on the backside of this move though. It's going to be a lot of leftover people trying to get out on these spikes. Let's see what happens. It could be a really good run. PLIN as well. I don't want to start looking at too many things, and I feel like I'm looking at way too many things right now. Light dollar volume, but moving up pretty nicely. Acquiring controller interest. Okay. Collaboration news. Consolidating pretty nicely. This thing could easily break back to the upside. Got some interesting points of resistance at 4, 475, and 5 again. Definitely some support at 3.5. Pulling back to there right now. Fairly lightly traded stock, but pretty interesting. Good call for that one for sure. This could be a really good dip buy right now. I'm not really sure if there's a lot of buying volume here. $3, some really big time support on this. It's 953. 285, big support as well. 256. I don't really see this one dipping much more. I think this could just be a nice little 5-minute entry, and then it might curl back to the upside. I haven't looked this one up. I don't really know why it's running. Yeah, no biotechs in the move today. It's super weird, huh? $8.79 million float on PLIN. Kind of frozen in this area a little bit, huh? I'm just gonna see if it pulls back more. I don't know if I'd want to trade this Chinese company breaking out higher. I'm not even sure if I want to trade it on a pullback, but I'm just gonna kind of keep watching it. It looks like it's finding some big support in this area. Pretty interesting little call out for sure. PLN finally broke that area. Not a lot of people are trading PLIN. Just something to think about as well. It's going to be much lighter traded, so breakouts are going to be a little bit weaker on it. Such an aggressive sell-off here. Such a big spread too. Fairly new stock. Doesn't even have the 180-day moving average on it yet. It's intriguing, but something about it makes me a little sketched out. MFA right around 222, finding some big time support. There's definitely going to be a breaking point where it's kind of consolidating right now. Volume's dropping. It's either going to crack to the downside heavy any moment, or it's going to have that breakout to the upside. I'm not sure which one, but I don't really feel the need to be trading this one to the upside either. After it was just at 32 cents the day before yesterday. WSG, man, this one really was a good trade today. I just kind of got shaken out by it, which is really kind of bothering me a little bit. This one was exactly what I wanted. I had a fairly good entry. Whatever, it happens. Can't complain. Live another day. VBLT, I'd watch out. This thing is just selling off like crazy. Probably will just continue its downwards descent. MFA is still looking pretty interesting. IMAC maybe breaking out. Ooh, look at those buyers coming in here on MFA. Just got chipped away totally. Looks like IMAC, yeah, is potentially breaking out past $3 here. Or not. I don't know. MFA pulling back. Think this is going to have a clear double bottom at 194? Could be. Kind of feel like I missed several moves today somehow. MFA was a really nice pullback to $2. Large cap pullback. Yeah, that would have been nice. Felt a little rushed this morning because I came on late, so maybe that's why I didn't place a limit order. I'm trying to rationalize in my head what happened. Yeah, I am a little discouraged, but yeah, you're right. Shake it off. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in the greater scheme of things. Just I think TTOO and WSG, the same thing happened, and both trades would have been green trades. So it's like, oh, come on. But that's trading for you. Kind of having the feeling that watching any one of these trades is making me miss another trade, which is not really a good feeling to have. But you know, today's one of those days you got to be a little more careful. There's no clear lead gapper. We saw that with the scanner this morning, so that's why I'm bouncing around a little bit more. But it definitely, you know, based on just the watch list right now, it looks like GPMT is really starting to gain a lot of these small cap traction. We broke out of 5, we got halted, now we're pulling up again. I think this is probably one of the more interesting plays, especially based on the float. I did want to buy it here around $5. I missed this entry. Getting aggressive somewhere in this area probably would have been a good ticket. So GPMT looking really, really good. I think it definitely rip. Kind of a lot. Up 184%. PLIN and MFA are pulling back right now. Jeremy, IBIO consolidator consolidating around the 200 moving average. Nice, nice. I think that was just the perfect entry with GPMT. I wasn't really watching it that closely. I'm just gonna keep focusing on this one just a little bit longer here. Maybe it's gonna pull back. Stocks are behaving so weird these last few days. So weird. I think GPMT might be breaking out from this 6.5 area very soon here. Just had a nice 1 minute pullback on a 5 minute breakout. Oh man, that just screams enter me. Yeah. We're at 10:03. Not typically my favorite time to be buying these breakouts, but let's just kind of watch this a little bit longer here. It could be, I really think this could be a good trade. I think if it doesn't break out, this could have just been a fake out. If it doesn't, I would probably 100% be buying this on a pullback. It is breaking out a little bit slow. I'm always trying to find reasons not to enter this trade. Maybe I'm just trying to talk myself out of it because I feel like I missed it, but yeah. This has been a slow week for me. I think I'm totally at break even this week. I don't know, it might be up or down 10 bucks. Such a weird week. MFA looking pretty good in this area. I don't really want to take my eyes off of GPMT. Nice pullback, running up 6%. I think we're going to get some big rips here in the very short term. MFA could be that rip. I like that we're in a safer area now. VWAP seemed to be holding pretty well in this area. Put a limit order at 15. I don't think we're going to have a spike down there, but stocks have been behaving pretty irrationally, so maybe we will. I'm looking for 2.2 to actually hold and then a continuation to the upside. I like this general range we're in. Oh, look at GPMT breaking up higher now. GPMT, what was making me think Axel that it was going to break up? It had a nice 5 minute breakout and then a 1 minute pullback. So I was looking for the 5 minute chart, seeing a breakout from former resistance, and that's what we had. Always a good potential entry there. Look at this, 230 just getting chipped away in seconds. Having a clear breakout right now. I'm going to see if I can get an entry on this one. I removed my limit order because I got skunked on a few of these, and I don't know, I'm still having a little bit of PTSD from some of these patterns that were very similar to this one. $690 getting chipped away. This is tough. This is a tough day for me. I'll explain it on the recap video though, for sure. But here's that 1 minute pullback, and here's the 5 minute breakout. You can see that 5 minute candle breaking out higher, and here's that 1 minute pullback after the general 5 minute breakout. That's why I wanted to enter this trade. So based on that chart pattern alone, this would have been a 9% trade. I probably would be out of it already. I'm not trying to always do double digit returns, but that's exactly what I was looking for. That was perfect. I should have stuck to my strategy. Just the general market has been throwing me off, and this week was tough. Last week was pretty good. This week has, I don't know. I haven't been on my grind as well. Wow, that's good. That's good to hear. I don't know. I don't want anyone to feel this confused right now, but it happens. GPMT. You know what, GPMT, this one, I wouldn't be surprised if it just crawled up and just kept on going 10% after 10%, but then you never know when it's going to be over. Man, I don't know. I would have took my profits and got out. This is already a different trade here. It looks so good. Looks so good. Come on, computer. This is no time for freezing up. I think MFA would have got me on the wrong side of the trade. I don't know why, but I don't know. I would have done something pretty idiotic probably on it. This is actually where I had a limit order for a very small period of time. Right at 217 or 216 or 215, I forgot which one. One of these stocks, if it's MFA, if it's GPMT, this one's already breaking out higher. Could even be WSG. WSG is 2.86. Gotta be kidding me. NLS. I don't know about NLS, but I think one of these stocks in the next 15 minutes is just gonna absolutely rip. Just gonna try to figure out which one. Put my buy order back on here. Remember, these large caps have a hard time breaking out. They have such a big float, so their breakouts on these aren't as clean. I'm going to put a conservative limit order on it. Maybe it's going to get a little spike to the downside. I don't know if we're going to get an entry on this one. I don't feel very comfortable buying a breakout on MFA, but it looks like the rest of the market is. So sometimes you got to trade what's in front of you, and I feel like I'm trading a little bit of what I want to be seeing, and I think that might be why I'm on the wrong side of the trade today. Yeah, TOS is super laggy as well. Yeah, nice buy on that dip, huh? Here we go. Okay, so the breakout did happen on it. I should have got a bit more aggressive. There was constant buying volume, so that's a big telling sign. GPMT now at 7.3. Oh man, what a day! What a day! Just what am I doing? Called that breakout, but I didn't trade it for some ridiculous reason. Nice, Prada. Very cool. $7.4, still a solid entry, up 20 cents. WSG, guys, 2.9. This stock is slapping me in the face. We'd be up 40 cents a share right now. I probably would have gotten out, but still. Buying this dip could have been interesting as well. Kind of did everything right, but then I got kind of shaken out for no reason. It's a summary of this week. Whoo, look at that, GPMT. That's kind of what I was scared of this whole time. But it does have a bigger float. That big float, I think, is the reason it took so long to really build up momentum. Let's see, we started cracking here at 945. Then we had this one pullback here, and then we ripped up higher, 20%. That was a good move. That happened at 945 to 950. We got to watch out for those a bit more. I think those are going to be a bit more popular. Been seeing that a lot lately. It's 10-12. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get more aggressive with GPMT. Just looking at the daily chart, I mean, this screams trade me. Like big support at 5. We're consolidating at 5. This fits everything that I typically look for. That's crazy. That's crazy that I did not trade this. GPMT does not look like it's necessarily over. MFA is a very slow mover, which is totally understandable. $7 here. I mean, $7 might be retested soon. Oh no, this looks like it's gonna be a little breakout here. Where do you think this thing's gonna go to? You guys are saying 945. There's definitely at $11 some critical support and resistance. And then again, kind of in this area, we had two tops and bottoms at like 874. Really interested to see if this $7 area holds. I think it will. I think this thing could keep curling and running up. If we wanted to trade this, we'd need about like 180, maybe a little bit less, depending on where the price is. Look at that 5-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 green candles. Really nice. Got that 15-minute EMA on the daily. So I wouldn't feel very comfortable buying this breakout. That's several attempts now breaking higher. 1, 2, 3 attempts breaking higher. Let's see, maybe we'll get a pullback on this one. $618, where would that land us? Definitely in a pretty good spot. That was a pretty big red candle just off the back. Bouncing already, really hard bounce. $6% candle, not too bad. I don't really think we're going to touch VWAP. Market's at 3%. MFA had a really nice bounce here, for sure. I like it as well. VWAP holding pretty nicely. I'm actually going to remove my order here on this one. Don't know if that's a really good idea or not, but I feel like there's a bigger move coming with MFA, and I'm just going to kind of watch this one. MITT, that was on our watch list a little bit. I didn't give it too much attention. I think it's even highlighted. Where is it? Honestly, GPMT still looks pretty good. Oh man, you know what? MITT, this is the same pattern across the board on all these stocks today. Makes it even worse that we're kind of missing them. Yeah, this one's just kind of building up. Good call though. Good call, Boy Claus. Blinked in my, yeah, seriously. Went from 5 to 6, yeah. It's ridiculous. I knew the day was going to be tough somehow when I ran the scanner, and I was just, you know, checking out what kind of interestingly different stocks we had today. But still, you know, I should have got aggressive when it counted. I did with MFA, and somehow I got, no, not WSG, and somehow I got skunked on it. But I don't know. I don't really regret the way I guess I traded. I could have probably done much better, but you know, this is still my best month, and it's from being just extremely cautious in a time where the market is behaving extremely irrational. So yeah, I don't know. I've missed a lot of upside, but I don't know. I don't regret it. IVR slowly keep creeping up. That one's on our watch list as well. Similar situation actually, huh? These might all just be like serious sympathy plays. Still ripping. A lot bigger, a lot larger amount of shares outstanding. No risk, no reward. Yeah, that's true. I just don't want to take any unnecessary risk, I guess you can say. Here we go, 7. Can 7 hold? So I think we might see some really big support at 6.5 because that was the former breakout zone. I don't really think we're going to crack below that, but I would like to move my limit order into the position I want. I don't want to just get flashed. Well, if I get flashed and it's really nice low entry, that's great, but it's annoying when I'd rather enter it manually. 707 here. This is already up 200%. Market's up 3%. Yeah, it looks like it's pulling back here. Or not. Or not. I really do feel like there could be some big support coming in, but I am not going to be buying this on any sort of dip right now. I want to see this thing really kind of go to more of a 5-minute support level, something a little bit more tangible. $74, big buyers there. Wonder if this is going to crack 0.5. Nice, the K. It's good to take some profits off the table. Yeah, this is GPMT is trying to pull back, but there is just so many buyers on this thing. Let's see here. Eventually the momentum's going to shift. Oh, could be now. 60s. Back again with the buying. Yeah, it's super true. We're basically trading the SPX and the SPY, and that's usually what we try to avoid doing. Similar stuff. I think the one that's least correlated probably from out of the gates is WSG. The rest is really trading the markets. This one's giving me a little bit of FOMO, just on ridiculous levels. TOS is definitely not moving as smooth as it usually is, or as it once did. Yeah, they're all kind of looking the same, huh? What else we got? We got IVR as well. All those kind of looking the same. So far, 6.5 is doing its work. You know, it's holding this area pretty well. This was a big break from this area at 6.5. We had a nice clear breakout. So far we just kind of pulled back to that former breakout zone, which is sometimes some of the best places to buy some dips. But this is kind of later in the run, makes me a little bit more uncomfortable. I'll give it a bit more time. The time to get aggressive is typically in the first 30 minutes, not really, you know, after 10:30. So, yeah. Yeah, weekly candle high, MFA. I still think we could get a pretty good opportunity in the next 10-15 minutes here somewhere. Not sure how it's going to look. Maybe in a form of some sort of really big dip, maybe a breakout higher with a good entry on somewhere on the breakout. I don't know. It's tough to say. GMPT looking to fake out. Yeah, that was a big bounce off the 6.5. 5% little ripski. Whew, sorry. Didn't bring my coffee today. Maybe that's the problem. WSG at 2.9. So we got like really MFA I'm looking at, GPMT, MITT, I guess a little bit of IVR as well. But this one's had issues breaking above 5 all day. WSG is not really looking too interesting. Yeah, they all kind of feel a little bit over at the moment for at least, I don't know, another 10 minutes. Then we're getting really close to 11. Kind of want to put a limit order in here just so I can watch it a little closer. I haven't fully decided where yet, but probably around 414. Again, I don't think the price is really going to go down these levels, but I like to throw these on here for potential ideas. My TT, this thing looks like it might have a quick little fake out in this area and then completely get whacked again to the downside. Gotta really be cautious with these. Yeah, cake. I'm a little jealous. I can't wait to get to our 10K position sizes. First big milestone is going to be the 5K position sizes, and then the 10K with the small account gap and go challenge. So it's going to be good fun. So cool that you're already there. But yeah, it looks like everyone's kind of slowing down a little bit. Everyone's waiting for, I don't know, maybe some bigger pullbacks. To be honest, I wouldn't really feel comfortable getting aggressive on a stock trying to break higher at a time that breakouts are weak with a float well over 100,000 million. It just, and these stocks like MFA is already up 200% today. It's just like totally not, like it's like the exact opposite of what I typically look for. So yeah, it's just a little reminder to myself. I just gotta really watch out here. These charts are updating so slow. This is GMPT, and then, okay, now it just opened. So if we pull back here, I'll probably start watching this one a little bit closer. Back below 2.5. What the heck? That is not it's not how you want to be entering a trade, Gideon. That's really funny. It's just like, you know, screw it, I'm in. All on black. But to the outside world, it's probably what it feels like we're doing anyway. Keith, why'd you have to kill the run? Oh, Carnival Cruise Lines. Are you trying to get me to buy a large cap again? That is going to put me on the wrong side of the trade. I'll look at it. Why not? Yeah, super nice. You know, if I bought it in my swing trade account, I would have definitely held CCL. So it's a little bit annoying that I had to close CCL for a loss. I sold it at 14.35. So yeah, this thing, that would have been a really, really sweet move. MAF pulling back now. Nope, it's breaking up higher. Ay, ay, ay. Here it goes. 238, some serious resistance there. Gideon, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Yeah, probably. Sometimes. Look at MFA just... Was that just a serious fake out? I think it was. Good chance it's just going to get dumped into so hard right now. Yeah, TTOO. You know, I liked it. It did exactly what I wanted it to do, but sub dollar sometimes really makes me a little bit more cautious. So MFA, getting people on the wrong side of the trade. Try to break higher here after a consolidated above VWAP. Actually looking pretty good. You could probably even argue this is an ABC pattern. A, B, C, consolidates, ready for the breakout. Trying to buy that breakout here, which could have worked, but it just, 3% and then it sold off. So not really the best. Limit, our alert's about to go off here. Actually, let's just go ahead and cancel it. IVR pulling back. Here we're getting the pullbacks. I don't know if it's my TOS or if it's IVR, but something here is totally not moving. Okay, that was my TOS. Wow, that was so sketchy. Went down to 31, a little bit of a bounce off of VWAP. Nice little bounce. 4%. MFA still stuck at the 2.28. GMPT. These large caps don't really pull back that aggressively. Keith, small position with XAN. These daily patterns on all these stocks are like just extremely identical. 18%, big move there. Well, she's not too big of a move, but I think for this this company, actually is quite a big move. Markets are having a hard time going above 4%, so we could be seeing a bit of a pullback now on a lot of the stocks that not just we've been looking at, but just the overall market. It's tried several times to break above that area. I kind of feel like right now, a lot of my limit orders are just like, I don't know, wishing and hoping kind of limit orders. And before you know it, these things get crushed super hard. So I think I'm probably going to be removing them. Actually, Brett, I think most small cap stocks only have 1 day of success. It's been very apparent with the coronavirus stocks, but that's just totally typical of small caps. Because usually they're getting pumped or something, some shady reason. Just the momentum traders are all in it, and then when they're up there, everyone's selling that ever wanted to sell, especially the back holders. So usually they get super suppressed the next day from sellers. The second the momentum traders are gone. Here we go. GPMT kind of pulling back a little bit here. IVR tried to break higher, but it looks like it didn't work. Yeah, somehow, it was a good day. I kind of missed a lot of the opportunity. I think whoever got those nice trades on MFA like cake, that was a really good entry, around $2. Would have been such a solid move. And that's kind of what I was trying to do with WSG. It, in theory, worked, but I traded it wrong after that flash crash. I didn't want to be part of it anymore. So, I kind of did today right, but at the same time, I don't know. It was a weird day. A former runner, ASTC, hasn't really done anything today, huh? Except pull back. Could be a really nice dip buy at one point, maybe 2.5. I don't know. I wanted to dip by here at 557, but then I went out for a little hike, and I removed my limit orders. That would have been a perfect trade. Still regretting selling my whole position yesterday. Yeah, I know, that big run yesterday, huh? That was insane. I was way too conservative today. I should have took a step back today and looked at the bigger picture because MFA was perfect. It really was a nice setup. I think GMPT might have been an even better setup, actually. Come on, TOS. Why are you so glitchy? And we consolidated right around here at $5. That was a pretty sweet setup. I felt like it was a little bit overextended on the day already, so I thought, you know, that's some aggressive pre-market trading we were seeing. So maybe there's going to be, I don't know, a little bit of pullbacks first that were a bit more aggressive. Yeah, kind of a slow way to probably wrap up this stream. I'll watch it a little bit longer, but man, it almost does not feel right ending trading today. What am I up this week? This week was kind of ridiculous. We actually did pretty good with our swing trading account. So large caps and stuff like that dominated. But my day trading cash account, I honestly don't know if we made profits this week. Let me see here. This is all going to be on Trade Journal soon to check out very quickly. Excel having nightmares from IBIO. All right, GPMT, first one to pull back. Or wait, no, did I read that wrong? Yeah, no, pull back. I was like, wait, is it breaking up higher? Reckless. I got these really conservative limit orders on these stocks. Another great day in my Roth account, actually. Another phenomenal day. Okay, when did this week start? What day is today? The 26th? It's Thursday. So March, 4 days back, 22, the 22nd. So I started this week up 6,756, and now we're at 6,739. So we're negative $13 this week in our Gap and Go account. But our IRA account, we have just dominated it because we've been just trading large cap swings and stuff like that. So this was really the week for that. Usually this account will just, you know, snooze for weeks. Yeah, that account's up about $700. That's really nice. From 3,200 to about 4,200. I mean, 3,500. It's all not that interesting, but interesting. It's interesting because it's like, it's been a large cap week, mid caps even. Although the small caps had some good opportunities, I just kind of missed them. I was too conservative. I was still playing the last 2 weeks in my mind. I didn't adjust quickly enough. I think IMAC already had the earnings come out earlier today. IMAC. I think that's why it had the big spike this morning. It's on the backside of a move though. Now you guys can kind of see why I don't like these backside of the moves. There's just going to be a lot of back holders in there. A lot of people trying to close their positions. We're at these big resistance areas. That's why I didn't want to trade this one. Buying this bounce here could have been interesting. Or when this thing started pulling up here, seeing some momentum. Oh man, actually, if you look at this, this is typically on a normal week, this is like the perfect pattern. We have an open up, we have maybe 2-3 red candles on a little bit of sell volume. We have the first breakout higher, we have a second pull, we have the first pullback here, and then we have a big run. It all happens by 9:45, and you could basically wrap up trading there. That's what we used to get. So IMAC is actually really cool in that regard. Very unpredictable that IMAC was going to be the one to do it today, but gotta love it. Gotta love when it works like that. Let's go back to GPMT, see what this bad boy's up to. Bryce, that's because the worst of, well, I don't know about the worst, but the market is always ahead of normal life. So if the market thinks that in 3 months from now, you know, companies are going to come out with bad earnings and stuff like that, that's already going to be priced in. And if anything, everything shutting down is actually kind of good news. So the market's like, okay, well, that means maybe in 3 months from now, it's, you know, the pandemic might be a little bit over. People are going to come to their senses. So now we're getting, you know, companies bouncing back up from the lows. It's always way more ahead. But trading the overall market is very, very tough. There's so many variables, and you're dealing with, you know, algorithms, you're dealing with institutions, hedge funds, everything. That's why we trade these small caps, because they don't really care what the overall market's doing. They do what they do. Except right now, today, we're not really trading the market. We're trading these large cap bounces, which is ugh. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up trading here. This is going to drag out for probably quite some time. I don't know if we're going to get another trade in today. It's actually extremely unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. Left some good money on the table. We had one nice trade, but I closed it out for a loss, and it ended up being extremely, could have been big profit. But sometimes you got to mitigate your risk, and that's how we're growing this account consistently. We didn't just get lucky on any one trade, and the trades that did go south very quickly, it's fine, because it's just, you know, one trade over, I think we're well over 200 trades now. So just consistently taking profits and cutting losses when there's too many red flags is how we're growing this account. Right now, it's all a little bit slow because we're still using a small account size. But once we, you know, start having those $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 position sizes, then it's going to start making a lot more sense. So I can't wait till we get there, but it's probably going to be a little bit longer, probably, you know, another few months. Yeah, but for now, I'll probably wrap up trading. I might keep my limit orders. I might keep a few potential entries. I don't know. But in the recap video, don't be super surprised if I did enter another trade. We'll see what happens. Bryce is asking, could you agree that large caps is a retirement account for long plays? Is for a retirement for long plays? Yeah, it could be. That's what I use it for, actually. My Roth IRA is mainly for large caps, although I do trade small caps in it as well. You got to figure out what you want. You got to figure out your strategies. Retirement accounts are actually great for small caps because you can grow them tax-free. So, you know, trading small caps, you can grow an account much faster. So it's actually probably a much better account to be trading small caps in at first, right? At one point, you probably have to make the switch to large caps. But you gotta know your strategies. You gotta know why you're trading certain things. And I think on this channel, we're gonna basically do it from scratch, and that's why it's gonna get interesting. In a year from now, what we're trading, how we're trading, is gonna be much different. I'll probably be sharing a lot more of my large portfolios or large cap portfolios and things like that. And then, you know, still do this strategy I don't know if I'll do this strategy in my IRA or cash account or margin account. That's something I still have to think about. Oh, there's so many good things to check out. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up there. GMPT, I see it. I'm just watching it right here. It's back to 6.9. Who knows what we're going to get out of it. It was good fun, though, trading with everyone today. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I know we didn't get any phenomenal trades, but I know some of you guys did, so that's pretty awesome. Don't forget to hit the like button if you do enjoy this content. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. Yeah, until next time, guys. Like always, stay safe, wash those hands, make some awesome trades. I'll see you then for this evening's recap. Till then, guys, ciao, ciao. No, I don't do options, David. All right, guys, ciao, ciao. Nothing against options, though.